Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and a very warm welcome to the day two of ETHR World's Next Tech HR Summit 2022 Adaptation to Innovation. Yesterday, we had a day full of learnings and reflections, and yes, a lot of energy and enthusiasm. We are all geared up for day two of the summit, and I'm super excited for what's in store next. So, before we kickstart the day, please do not forget to share your learnings and aha moments from the summit with the outside community using the hashtag ETHR For our first session of the day, the opening keynote, we have Alpesh Shah, Senior Partner and Managing Director, India, Boston Consulting Group. Alpesh will be talking about finding mental peace amidst the day-to-day pressures of life. I know this sounds really intriguing, so please put your hands together for Alpesh.
Hello and a warm welcome to day two of the Economic Times Next Tech HR Summit. I'm Alpesh Shah, Managing Partner of BCG India. Over the day today, we will hear and discuss many aspects of how we can leverage the latest technology innovations to address people and HR issues. But before we get to that, I would like to talk about what I believe is fundamental to doing this right, especially in these challenging pandemic-affected times. The pandemic has put the spotlight on mental health, a hitherto undiscussed topic. And over the next 10 minutes, I would like to share a few thoughts on a topic which I think is of paramount importance. How does one find mental peace amidst the enormous day-to-day pressures of life? As leaders, how do we help our people do the same? Each of us needs to have an answer for this if we are to lead ourselves and our teams through these really difficult times. Often, I witness friends and colleagues, and even myself, undergoing unimaginable amounts of stress and pressure. It is as if the weight of the world is on our shoulders, just like Atlas might have felt. In the last 2 years, it has often felt like each of us is facing more and more pressure every passing day. And this pressure emanates from both the expectations that society, read friends and family, put on us, as also the expectations we set for ourselves, regardless of what we've achieved and where we might have reached. This pressure is felt by one and all. Take, for example, film stars who are always worried about staying lean and having six packs. They are under constant pressure to stay lean and fit and look really good. There's the constant insecurity of looking better than the next person on the screen. These stars have to be under the constant vigil of their trainers and dietitians, not just to train, but also to eat right, in small amounts every 4 or 5 hours. In fact, one person on their staff is employed solely to manage their meals, because missing any meal, something we do ever so often, means a significant health impact for them, as they have no extra fat or glucose in their body to act as a reserve. We envy these stars for how handsome or beautiful they look. They, on the other hand, envy those who do not have to live under the constant pressure of looking fantastic. And the list is really long. Everyone has pressures, albeit of different kinds. Singers are always under the pressure of retaining their voices, and hence cannot have ice or anything cold or even any spices, since that destroys their voice. While Virat Kohli is immensely successful, just imagine the pressure on him right now. Everyone in the world is reminding him that he has not scored a century since November 2019 and questioning every decision he's making as captain. No wonder then he has decided to step down. And if you think it is only the celebs having to deal with pressure, take every young adult faced with peer pressure about studies, clothes, appearance, and every adult faced with work and home pressure, deadlines, work hours, expectations. While the stereotypes of pressure, deadlines and work hours are very simplistic, these instances have brought out a deeper truth for me. Pressure does not come from our work or our situation. It comes from how we view our situation and how we relate to it. What standards are we setting for ourselves? How secure do we feel within ourselves? What does the mental chatter in our mind sound like? If pressure is omnipresent, the next obvious question is how does one overcome it? For many people, the thought process is simple. Once I've made my money, I will no longer have to deal with the pressures of life. I can finally stop running. Let's test this out. The richest American ever was John D. Rockefeller. At the peak of his career, he was estimated to have been worth about $420 billion, adjusted to modern day rates. A journalist once asked him, John, you have made more money than anyone in the world. Tell me, how much is enough? Is it 1 million? Is it 10 million? Is it 100 million? Rockefeller pondered over the question, how much is enough? And you will be surprised with his answer. He said, just a little more. Rockefeller made an extremely astute point. It's very hard to draw a clear line between how much we need and how much we want. This never-ending dil mange more means that for most people, money does not alleviate stress and pressure. As a matter of fact, most people don't stop after they've made 1 crore or 10 crores or even 100 crores. In fact, in many ways, it creates more pressure to achieve even more. So, clearly, wealth does not help with finding mental peace amidst day-to-day pressures. So the question then is, what could help people find this peace? I am reminded of what many sports experts call being in the zone. There may be thousands of fans in the stadium, the game may be on the line, players may be fatigued, but true champions are able to ensure that they're not swayed by any of the noise and they stay completely focused in the moment on their next play. If it sounds a lot like mindfulness, that's because it is. Mindfulness is the basic human ability to be fully present, aware of where one is and what one is doing, and not being overly reactive or overwhelmed by what's going on around us. The common image is that mindfulness happens when you're sitting on a cushion cross-legged. However, interestingly, the great masters speak of mindfulness in all our simple day-to-day tasks as well. You will find many examples of how champions of varied fields, be it music, acting, sports, politics, have all inculcated mindfulness to offload pressures daily and get into the zone in everyday activities. Let me share a few interesting examples of what some famous personalities do to handle the stress on a day-to-day basis. 1. Meditation or breathing. Celebs love to meditate. Stars like Miley Cyrus, Naomi Osaka, Kendall Jenner, and Lady Gaga credit their calm and balanced demeanors to this practice of meditation. And as far as anxiety management goes, meditation is very accessible. It does not require any equipment and is basically free. Number 2 is exercise. Michelle Obama, the former First Lady, sings praises of exercise for helping her stay calm. She has gone on record saying, if I'm ever feeling tense or stressed or like I'm about to have a meltdown, I will put on my iPod and head to the gym or out for a bike ride. Number 3, time with friends and family. Take Barack Obama. To de-stress from what one can argue to be the most stressful job on the planet, he used to take daily 1-minute open-air commutes to and from the Oval Office. And he ensured that he took out time daily for the family to hear about his wife's and daughter's day. In his words, this practice not just got him out of his room, but it got him out of his head. Justin Bieber says that his favorite way to relax is to watch movies and hang out with his friends. Option number 4 is social media detox. Many people have spoken of the benefits of going off mobiles or social media for certain periods of time. For others, like Kylie Jenner, it's about music and me time when she gets stressed. But I now come to the most relevant and important option according to me. Number 6, doing what you love. You do something you love, something that makes you happy, and that gives you your meditation. For example, Sachin Tendulkar, to get into the zone, would iron his own clothes, would pack his bag before the match, and make a cup of tea in the morning. A seemingly mundane drill that his brother taught him became a gateway to tranquility for the Master Blaster. Why? Because he would do these mundane tasks with full attention, mindfully, and thereby clear his mind. Leonardo DiCaprio took up beekeeping as a hobby to relax and alleviate stress. Justin Timberlake sees everything as a stress reliever. For him, playing golf, writing songs, punching pillows are all stress relieving activities. Angelina Jolie says she used to find meditation in sitting on the floor with her children, coloring for an hour, or jumping on the trampoline with the kids. I have shared many options with you of what a lot of celebs do. Coming to myself, my personal meditative practice is running. Running is meditation for me. I have been running 25 to 30 kilometers a week, 52 weeks a year, for nearly the last 40 years. And I run at both ends of the spectrum. I run half marathons to stay fit, and I sprint the 400 and the 800 meters in the Masters circuit for fun. Over time, running has been a positive meditative practice for me in so many ways. It creates time for me, it inculcates a positive daily routine, helps build healthy living habits, it centers me and gets me in the zone, and also builds a really positive and optimistic attitude to life. To close, each of us has to find one's own means of managing one's stress. I encourage each and every one of you to find your own means of mindfulness. Whatever works for you makes the most sense. All the best. Happy mindfulness. Have a great day.
Thank you so much for the live wire keynote, Alpesh. We thoroughly enjoyed the takeaways, and I couldn't have agreed more. Many thanks, and I'm going to see you all on the other side now.